Hello all. Today I'm going to mention you about a solution for Excelbia challenge, Excel number, Excel challenge number 945. I will be using dynamic array functions on this solution, and this is a challenge, and the data was given on column A. So it says that it's a kind of grouping of the data. You can see the answer expected under the green header. So there is three columns of header and in the answer expected, and we need to group the data according to the username, action, and final status on a given column A data. It says that we need to only take care for the date of 3rd of March. If it is different than 3rd of March, if the group of the data exists different from the date of 3rd of March, we will exclude it. So let's go to the Excel sheets. So when I check the column A, it is very remarkable that there are three consecutive lined up dashes. So those dashes are very remarkable. I will use them to create a grouping. So I will say that if column A, if this column A given data equal to this signs or these dashes consecutive lined up dashes, then give me 1, otherwise 0. So I'm able to mark up their exact locations here. If it is this kind of delimiter, it gave me 1 for everyone, for every dash sign, and after that I will use scan function, and my initial value will be 1, and already created, the array is already created, and from the third argument it says that I need to write a function, so it will be a sum. After that I could able to group this given data. So this is the first group and this is the second group, this is the third group. But when I look at the index numbers, I recognize that the dash signs can create a problem for me in the coming steps. So I want to remove, or I want to, if it is dash delimiter, I want to say that give me a blank cell. So I will say that if this created array is dash, so it will be blank, otherwise give me this created array. So I will say that's scan function, and if I can say a column is dash, give me blank, otherwise our created array. So I'm able to remove the index numbers that is related with the dash signs. So regarding dash signs, index numbers are removed, and after that, as the case says that the one of the most important thing is we need to take care of the 3rd of March in the column A data. So we will select all of the data and we'll say that if the dates or I can search like search 2026 March 30. If this is exists in the given data, so it gave me numbers, numeric value. So I will use this number to turn it into true and false. It gives me true and false in that way if it is the expected dates, the date that we are searching for. So I will say that if it is true, give me it's regarding corresponding index number. So the corresponding index numbers are given like 1, 2, 3. The dates that we are searching for only existing in the groups of 1, 2, 3. So 4 is irrelevant for us. And I want to remove those errors. So if error, I want to turn it into 0. And then I want to get rid of those 0 values as well, because 0 is not existing in our index numbering. So I'll use a variable for this array, and then I will filter out the values which they equal to 0. So only we need to take care of index numbers of 1, 2, 3, and we will start with 1, and if it is 1, our created indexes need to be signed up with true, and if it is true, we need to filter them out from A column A, and now we have all of the information given for the group 1, and we need to try to attain the first row from here, the username, action, and final status. So username is related with the user row in here, and we need the action row, and we need the status row. I can go one by one. So I will search user first in this array, and if it is a numeric value, I need to filter it out. Filter this value from this array, and I could able to get my required result. And after that, I want to use text after, because I want the data after this delimiter. So I will text after this text, and the delimiter is this delimiter, and I can able to get the first cell. And in the same way, I will try to take out the action. Instead of action user, I will write action, and I can able to get the second data in here, and after that status. So in lieu of action, I will write status, and everything seems okay. But the important thing is the second one, I think, because it has a pending value. So how our pending value will work, because if it is pending, we need to use size as well, we need to append size. So for the status, I want to write size in here, and I can able to get this one. And if it is error, if error, I will use empty, blank value in here, and then I can make hash stack of all of the data I could able to make. And for this I will use this formula, and for P3 formula in the P3 cell I will use this formula. Same thing will be done. Text after, yes. I think it's working very good. I'll try to shorten this formula because there are a lot of M3 arrays. So I will use let's function, and instead of M3 arrays I will use variable q variable, and I can use q variable instead of M3. After that, for M3 I will use this formula. It's going easier now. We are nearly, we broke the backbone of the challenge, and we nearly get the results. Instead of H3 array, I'm writing this formula. For a column I will use w variable. Now the thing I've been doing is I'm trying to shorten the formula, and I can do this for the functions as well. For example, there are a lot of text after function, so instead of this I can use e variable. When I write e variable for, when I define e variable for text after, from now on for text after I can use e. As you see, it's working very good. For text after I can use e, and similarly I can do the same thing for is number. Instead of is number I will use r from now on. So as possible as we could, we shorten the formula. After that I will apply this this approachment to the values of 2 and 3, because we could able to get the result of our index numbers. Our required index numbers are 1 to 3. So this formula was created for value 1, and we will do the same thing for 2 and 3 with using reduce. For the variables, I will use m and n. Our answer expected list is going downwards, so our list is gonna be going downwards direction, so I will use vstack. The first value is the null value. In the initial value is the null, so I'm using m instead of null. After that, for L3 I will use variable n in here because it matches with L3. In the following formula, wherever I say L3, I'm using n. Then I can able to get my solution. I will drop the first null row, or for the reduce, I can use the answer expect list headers, which are username, action, and final status. But these are need to be inside the curly brackets. Inside, this means that inside the list. So after that, in here I used I only want to use inside the reduce, the initial value is gonna be like, let's say A, B, C, and D. I'm closing the curly brackets, and I don't need the drop function from now on, so I could able to get this. And username, our first header, action, and final status, and size. Normally, answer expected needs us to append final status and size togetherly if it is pending the final state, if the final status is pending. But in that solution I did this kind of way. And lastly, in lieu of L3 in our formula, I'll write this function, and instead of G I need to replace this formula. Instead of H, need to write this. So this is the thing that I created for the answer expected. And thank you very much for watching this video, and we nearly get our results. And have a nice evening, have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.